Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Point, brought to you by Pointer Studios. I am your host, Jacob Spoerl. Joined here to my right, we've got the Brett McNamara and the Cole Schneider. Gentlemen, it is Mock Draft Monday. We've made it.
We did make it. It's a great day.
So much
Draft
energy
Monday, baby.
today.
One of the best Sports Point
My
videos
first
of the
Draft
year.
Monday. I'm excited.
It's your first one?
I'm excited.
Yeah, he wasn't here last year. It was Liam.
Oh, my goodness.
Well.
Not Liam, you in the fishbowl. Liam, how are you doing? I'm all right.
I guess.
Yeah, Cole. So we're gonna do a full first round mock draft. So I think
We're
the
not doing the
order.
full 7 rounds. What is this?
Yeah, what? I was
What
hoping
is
to
it?
be here
We're
for
doing the full
4
7
hours.
rounds?
Yeah,
What
we're
is
gonna do a
this?
7-round mock draft.
It's actually a 3-day thing, just like the real draft, too.
Really quickly, just recapping some stuff from this weekend before we get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. Guys, the Brewers started off the season 3-0, rounding off their home set against the Chicago White Sox with a comeback thanks to a 3-run homer from Christian Yelich, who was pinch hitting. So it was his first pinch hitting home run of his major league career. Nice start for the Brewers. The Bucks, however, have missed the playoffs. Shocker, I know. It's their first year where they haven't made the playoffs since the 2015-2016 season a decade ago.
Pete Nance is starting. That's when you know it's over.
Yeah, it's game.
Oh, my gosh.
Tears rolling down the eye.
Well, Wenby was making them look like...
Little kids.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Yeah. Every game we lose.
Do we have a first rounder this year?
Oh, we do. It'll be a top 10 pick, hopefully.
Hopefully.
But we have a pick swap with the Pelicans, so we'll see
That's right.
Yeah.
But we're not talking about Major League Baseball. We're not talking about the NBA. We are talking the NFL. So first off, we got Point Brewery. The flavor of the month for the final week is Concord Grape. We'll be back next week with a brand new flavor of the month. Yes, we will.
My goodness.
Concord Grape is a handcrafted spin on a classic soda flavor made with 100% real sugar. Point Premium Concord Grape takes the purple goodness of your favorite jams and popsicles and adds the right amount of carbonation to make it pop. Woo! We are rolling.
Wow.
We are rolling, baby.
Guys, we're on it. We're locked in. We are locked.
I know, that was crisp. Okay, so we're just gonna get right into it. I already got the service open. We are using Pro Football Focus's mock draft simulator, so you guys are gonna follow along with me. Did we have a predetermined draft order?
I get first
Yeah,
overall pick.
Cole's first. I'm second, you're third.
Okay, sounds good. Cole Schneider, you get the first overall pick for the Las Vegas Raiders. And remember, it tells you the needs, but at the end of the day, it's on whoever's picking to determine which players go where.
Is Shedeur in this draft, too?
Shedeur is not in this draft.
So
Yeah, he had him going to Steelers in the first round last year.
Oh my God.
That's right.
So it's kind of an obvious pick. The Raiders really need a quarterback because, let's be honest, Aiden O'Connell is not going to lead them to the playoffs.
What?
No.
Really?
No, AOC.
So
There's
first overall
something
pick,
in
we're going to
the
go
air
with
tonight.
Fernando Mendoza, national champion.
There was
From
something
Indiana.
in the air that night. The stars were
Fernando Mendoza.
Fernando.
Fernando is the number 1 overall
What'd I
pick.
do?
The Jets / Brett McNamara, you are on the clock.
All right, so this one was a tough pick for me. No, it wasn't. Yeah, pick number 2, the Jets. They need a star player. They need to go back on, the train tracks that they were trying to follow with Jamal Adams at safety.
Oh.
Hard-hitting guy.
Oh.
This time, this guy's at the linebacker spot.
Oh,
Arvel Reese.
all right.
That's what I'm going with for the second pick in the draft. But yeah, he's a dog, absolute dog.
The first Buckeyes off the board. The Jets select their potential linebacker / edge rusher of the future in Arvel Reese, depending on where he goes. Hot take. I actually think Ruben Bain's the best pass rusher in this draft, if that is where Arvel Reese stays. So I have the Arizona Cardinals for the number 3 overall pick. This team has a lot of needs, including quarterback, since Jacoby Brissett is right now their starter. But I don't think they're going to find him this early since Fernando is gone. I think they're going to go – it could be a couple ways. I think they could get a franchise pass rusher to start. I mean, Ruben Bain Jr. is on the board, who in my opinion is the most pro-ready guy. He's got incredible technique, and he's on the older side. David Bailey is here. They could get their right tackle of the future, and Francis Mauigoa. And you know what? That's going to be my pick. I'm going to take Francis Mauigoa from the University of Miami, so not Ruben Bain. That is my pick. Offensive tackle. Should we do snake order? Or should we do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3? That's how we did it last year.
I don't care. Whatever you want to do. We can do snake.
You're in charge, man.
Let's do snake.
All right,
Let's do it differently.
All right.
So now I'll go again. The Titans are up on the board. Jeremiah Love is the top running back prospect in this draft, but I don't think he goes this high.
Really?
No, I think Robert Saleh, he's the brand new head coach for the Titans. Big defensive guy, and he's going to want a hard-hitting mofo. Give me Ruben Bain Jr. from Miami. All right, Brett, it's back to you.
All right, so one of my offseason predictions that I had for me personally was that the New York Giants were going to bring in a new wide receiver. And I thought that new wide receiver is going to be Tyreek Hill. Obviously, Wan'Dale Robinson's not on the team anymore.
Yeah, he's
so
on
they,
the Titans now.
Yeah, exactly. So they need a guy that can fill that spot. They need another guy to be with Malik Neighbors. And I think with Jackson Durr and Cam Scadaboo, they got a nice offense. And I think that the offense is going to get much better because they're going to draft Carnell Tate at wide receiver. I love him from Ohio State. So
all right. I
Carnell
see.
Tate.
He's 6'3", 195. Okay. All right. So, yeah, Carnell Tate, the second Buckeye off the board, going to the Giants. Cole, we're back to you for the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns. So looking at it right now, Shedeur Sanders, Pro Bowler, should not have been a Pro Bowler. 7 touchdowns and 10 interceptions, not very good.
He's switching his number to 2, by the way, now.
Yeah, I saw that today.
There's not a whole lot of good quarterbacks on the board this early up in the draft, so I don't think they're going to take a quarterback.
I agree.
And he just drafted wide receiver Carnell Tate. Mekhi Lemon's still on the board too.
Ooh.
I think the Browns are going to bolster and maybe give Shedeur Sanders a weapon, and I'm going to go with Mekhi Lemon.
Wow.
I like
all
it.
right.
I like it.
Mekhi Lemon. All right, Cole, you get to repeat now. The Commanders are on the clock.
So Commanders, Jaden Daniels hurt a whole lot last year. They were really injury prone all of last year. So I'm trying to think. The running backs right now, Austin Eckler was hurt most of the year.
Yeah, they just signed Rashad White from the Buccaneers. So they don't
really
have
think they need. They're not going to take a running back this early. I know it's like one of their top needs, but they're not going to take.
Maybe not in the first round, no.
Not in the first round. I think that they go with.
Don't you do it.
Caleb
Oh,
Downs.
actually, no. Oh, Caleb Downs?
Caleb Downs is
Really?
safety.
All right, can I be honest?
You don't think so?
No.
No?
I completely agree with that. Caleb Downs, in my opinion, is the best prospect in this draft. He reminds me a ton of Nicky Manwari in the gadget style, but he's such a hard-hitting player. And that's been my critique of Sonny Styles, who's still on the board, because a lot of people have roared him up since he had a great combine performance. But even though he's got great stuff physically, he's really smart, he's consistently good, he isn't a hard hitter. Caleb Downs is. So I really like that pick. Brett, you're on the board, number 8 overall for the New Orleans Saints.
So the Saints, they just picked up Travis Etienne, and then they got Alvin Kamara. So I don't think they're going to go running back. So Love, he'll stay another pick out there. But, I mean, defense could definitely be
Wait. What? Oh, you're right. They got Etienne. That's
Yeah,
right. He's from the
if they
Jags.
only had Kamara, I would pick Love
Yeah.
any day of the week.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I think they got bigger needs, definitely. Linebacker spot, no more Demario Davis
That's right.
anymore. So they need a guy, much younger guy to fill that spot.
They got Ellis from the Falcons. Now obviously that's only one linebacker,
Mm-hmm.
but he had a pretty good season last year with the Falcons.
But I think with this team is that they need to stick with the offensive line. I think that's the big factor last year. So I'm looking at this guy from Utah, Caleb Lemieux. I think I said it right. I like him. Otherwise, I like Monroe Freeling from Georgia and those Georgia guys at O-line. Yeah, I'm going to go O-line. I'm going to go Monroe Freeling here from Georgia. I like him there. I like him in top 10.
Georgia?
All
Yep.
right. The Georgia man has been climbing on a lot of draft boards recently, and he's going 8 overall here. I'm up next. 9 overall. Jeremiah Love is still on the board, but the Chiefs, of course, just signed Kenneth Walker in free agency.
Honestly, a shock. I really did think that the Seahawks were going to re-sign him.
Yeah.
But after they gave
Brett called it.
after they gave
Jason.
Jason that
Told
big
you.
contract, it was pretty obvious he wasn't going to stay.
The Chiefs need help at corner, but I feel like they're not going to go with that because David Bailey is still on the board, and he led college football in sacks last season. Give me David Bailey out of Texas Tech, a big-time edge rusher for the Chiefs. And then the Bengals are on the board. Sonny Styles is still here, and I believe they still have a need at linebacker. I think I'm going to definitely go Sonny Styles here. I think that's pretty obvious. I was just kind of crapping on him, but he's still probably a top 10 overall pick, and the Bengals need literally the Lord for defense. They need so much help there. So give me Sonny Styles for the Cincinnati Bengals, 10 overall. Those are our top 10 picks. Now we head over to Lambeau South, the Miami Dolphins at 11 overall. Brett, who you thinking?
Now with the Dolphins deciding to get rid of all of their targets for Malik Willis, I don't know. I like the Dolphins. I mean, I did when they had Jalen Waddle, and now they trade him away. So I'm just very confused a little bit what they're trying to do down there in Miami. I'm not quite sure. I mean, Jordan Tyson's still on the board there. He's more around that 20 mark. I like Dylan Thieneman from Oregon, the safety. He's a nasty kind of guy, very undershadowed with, of course, Downs and then the other safety as well. So, yeah, I'm going to go Dylan Thieneman here. I think that's how you say his name, but I like him out of Oregon.
I'm not 100% sure, but he's been climbing on boards
Yes.
recently. Going 11 overall to Miami. I like that. Now, Cole, you get back-to-back with the Cowboys and then the Rams.
So Cowboys, another underwhelming year for them after it's actually been 2 underwhelming years for them in a row, correct? They haven't made the playoffs since
The Cowboys?
Packers beat them.
Correct, yeah. They haven't made the playoffs in back-to-back seasons.
This will be, who's their head coach? Marty Schottenheimer? No.
Brian, his
Brian
son.
Schottenheimer, that's right,
Yep,
that's right.
You're good.
His second year as head coach for the Cowboys. They need defensive line, linebacker, and cornerback.
They need defense.
They need
just
defense big time. And I think they go with Mansour Delane from LSU.
That is a good pick.
Yep.
He is, in my opinion, the best corner in this year's draft. And I feel like 12 overall might be falling a little bit. He might go top 10 out of LSU, but I like that pick. You now get the Rams, who this is Atlanta's pick from last year that they got traded for. So the Rams back in the first round at 13th overall.
Rams right now coming off a NFC Championship appearance,
Yeah, it was a close
falling
game.
short to the Seahawks.
There's a couple of guys here I could see taken.
So they have a up and coming Luka Nuku, who's already proven himself, and an aging Devontae Adams who led the league in touchdowns
Correct.
last year.
Yep.
And Matt Stafford just won an MVP. So I think their offense is fine. They still have Kyron Williams.
Yep.
But offensive line, I think, is something that killed them in the NFC Championship game. So we're going to go with Utah's Spencer Fano.
Yeah, I do agree. This is around the time he'll get picked. I think it's a solid pick for the Rams. Now, this might be controversial because they might not even pick it. The Ravens have, in my opinion, the most obvious selection in this draft board so far. But it's okay if you don't pick what I'm thinking because I might snag him for one of my teams upcoming. But you are next for the Baltimore Ravens.
So the Ravens, they need defensive tackle. They need O-line.
They need
I mean, I like Caleb Lomu still a little bit. I don't know. As a sophomore, he's 6'6", 304 pounds, a big guy there. With them not having Linderbaum anymore, I feel like this just screams offensive line that they're going to take a guy here. So I feel like Caleb can be moved around. He's more of a tackle kind of guy. But I feel like if they draft him here, that will just boost their O-line, in my opinion. So I feel like it's just not much of a mispick. I feel like this is just the right pick, if that makes sense.
So Caleb Lomu out of Utah?
Yeah, I'm going to go back-to-back Utah guys here.
Back-to-back Utah tackles. And so my guy I was going to say, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he's the guard from Iowa. From Penn State. He's the best interior offensive lineman. But I don't disagree.
I'm attempt to say his name, Olaiva Vega Ioane.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty close. I think that's probably it. But he is the best interior offensive line prospect in this draft. But the Ravens could very well go tackle. They just need O-line help. So I really like that a lot, Brett. I did not mean to select quarterback. Now we've got the Buccaneers on the clock. And it says they need a tight end. And to be honest, I feel like Kenyon Sadiq would be pretty electric. He's really, you know what? I'm going to go Kenyon Sadiq. He's really jumped up. He is the top tight end prospect in this year's draft. He's super fast. He ran a 4.2, 4.3? It was maybe a 4.4, but for a tight end, that's crazy speed in the 40-yard dash. I have the Buccaneers selecting Kenyon Sadiq. The Jets are on the clock. Guys, Jeremiah Love is still on the board.
That he is.
But I don't have the Jets taking him.
Wow.
No. I'm going to have the Jets selecting the guy from Penn State that I can't pronounce. his
Oliva
name.
Vega Ioane.
Yeah, because let's see. Their first pick was Arvell Reese, and now they get this guy. They're loading up on offensive and defensive line. I like that. Brett, you're up next on the board with the Detroit Lions pick at 17th overall.
So, yeah, they don't need Jeremiah Love either. We'll just get that out of the right of the way. Offensive line, edge, corners, they're pretty much good on. I like Keldrick Falk from Auburn.
Yeah.
He seems like a big Lions guy. Jordan Tyson still on the board as well from Arizona State. And Jameson Williams, has he been extended yet?
No. Oh.
So
That'll be a
definitely,
splash move.
there's a lot of questions there. I just don't think that Jordan Tyson's the right pick, but it's it's definitely something to question. But I like Peter Woods from Clemson, defensive tackle. They need a interior guy. They kind of lacked it a little bit last season.
Back-to-back D-tackle first-round picks.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Peter Woods here, from Clemson.
All right. Sounds good. Peter Woods is your selection. Cole, you get
Peter
back-to-back
Woods
with
from
the
Clemson.
what? Yes. You get back-to-back with the Vikings at 18th and then the Panthers at 19th.
So looking at it right now, Vikings had an underwhelming year from Aaron Jones, who got cut.
Oh, I just
Yeah.
realized that,
Yeah,
too.
I as soon as I saw it was next, I'm like, this is an easy pick.
They got to go with Jeremiah Love. Don't
Yeah,
you think?
dang.
I mean, like they need a running back. And
That would
he
hurt
did
me.
just win the Doak Walker Award
Yeah.
in 2025. So
Jeremiah Love
Jeremiah
to the Vikings.
Love.
As much as that hurts me. That would be a really good pick. I mean, he fell on the board.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The
and
Panthers
for
are
the
up now.
Panthers. They need defensive line help after trading away Brian Burns a couple years ago.
They just
just
got
signed-
Rasheed Walker
They
though.
get Rasheed Walker on the
Yep.
offensive line, so that helps them. And they still have Tetaroa McMillan,
Yep.
wide receiver.
Yep.
They
just
got
won
Coker
offensive
and they got
rookie of the year.
Leggett, so I think wide receiver.
I'm going to go with Akeem Messidor from Miami.
Ooh.
He had a 12 and a half sacks last year for Miami.
I like
and they
that.
need defensive linemen.
You know, the Panthers' focus in free agency was defense. They got Devin Lloyd from the Jags. They signed Jalen Phillips, so another pass rusher. And even though they signed him to a major contract, he is older, he is injury prone. So Akeem Messidor, I like that pick, and he was actually mocked going around 20th to the Cowboys. So I Cowboys fans might be sad about that one. But we had him taking a corner first. Brett, who do you think the Cowboys' next first-round pick will be?
CeeDee Lamb needs a guy.
Oh,
Needs a guy with them.
Does.
Oh,
You think George Pickens stays or no?
yeah, they have George
Yeah,
Pickens.
they got George Pickens and CeeDee Lamb, but they need another guy. I don't like Turpin. I'm not a big Turpin guy.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
You could do it.
No, I'm not.
You could do it.
Who did they pick? Who do we have?
Mansour Delane, so they
They
have,
don't
they have a
need
corner.
Okay.
which they need.
O line. I'm kind of.
Now they still have needs all around the defense. Still a defensive interior, pass rusher,
inside
linebacker.
backer. It's gonna be C.J. Allen from
Yep.
Georgia here.
I like that
That's
pick.
a good pick.
It's a good pick, Brett. So now I'm on the board with the Pittsburgh Steelers, who definitely need a ton of help at offensive line. And I believe right now we have taken one interior guy. I think we've taken 5 tackles. But it never hurts to draft more offensive linemen. The next guy on my big board that I have here is Blake Miller out of Clemson, true tackle. However, I don't think they go for him. I think they go for another guy who played a lot of left and right tackle, Caden Proctor out of Alabama. I think that would be a good pick for the Steelers because they're lacking a left tackle right now. The Chargers are on the board. Ooh, man, they have some solid corners there with, oh gosh, what's his name? Tarheeb Steele, something like that. They just lost Benjamin St. Juste, who is their guy in zone coverage. I think they could go with a safety because they alongside Derwin James. That would be huge. Emmanuel McNeil Warren from Toledo has arisen a lot in draft.
Mac
boards.
is risen.
Yes,
Getting
I'm gonna.
some
You know,
first-round pick.
Toledo defensive backs have been doing pretty good in the first round as of recent. So 22 overall, I am selecting Emmanuel McNeil Warren out of Toledo for the Chargers. Brett, you're back on the board with the Eagles at 23.
They're in a really tough spot, and this is where kind of the wide receivers would go off the boards here. Otherwise than that, I mean, I've kind of talked about the same guys, Keldrick Falk.
Yeah, that could happen.
At edge, they really need edge. No more. Did they
who
bring
they-
back Jalen Phillips?
What?
Did they bring back?
No,
Jalen
the Panthers got
Panthers.
Jalen Phillips.
I'm gonna go Keldrick Falk here. I think he's a.
Yeah, that's a.
I think it just makes sense for them. Auburn and the Eagles just kind of goes off the tongue very
yeah,
good.
that
So
makes sense to me. Cole back-to-back with the Browns again, and then the Bears.
I got the Browns again. Oh, my goodness.
Yep.
So they already picked Mekhi Lemon first round,
Yes.
7th overall. So I don't think they need a wide receiver right now. They do need help on the offensive line.
They do.
We're going to go with Blake Miller out of Clemson.
Blake Miller out of Clemson. He is the next offensive tackle on my big board. I like that, loading up on the offensive side of the ball for the Browns. Now for the Bears at 25 overall, Cole.
They do need secondary help, but they also did lead the NFL in turnovers last year, so I don't know if they really need that much defensive help.
They lost both of their safeties, Brisker
They did, though.
and Kevin Byard.
Jermod McCoy out of Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Corner.
Okay, so here's the thing about Jermod McCoy. He had an amazing 2024 season, and he was expected to go top 10 overall, but he was hurt the entire 2025 season.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been hurt for a while, but he's got a ton of athletic promise, and he was a great corner in coverage for the Vols in 2024. Brett, you're on the board with the Bills.
They don't need wide receiver anymore. I like their wide receivers. They just got DJ Moore. Of course, they have Shakir, and then I like Josh Palmer. I think he's a very underrated guy in that slot position.
Very speedy.
Yes, very speedy. I've always liked him ever since he was on the Chargers too. So I don't think they need to go get another weapon over there. Possibly, maybe. I just don't think the first round is their, where they need to get it. I'm gonna go with the guy that was in talks for possibly winning the Heisman. Jacob Rodriguez from Texas Tech. I love him. I think that he's a bang-dang hitter. I honestly think this could go very well for the Bills, but I also think this could go, in another direction.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a reach.
So he is projected early to middle of second round.
Yeah.
But I like that.
I
like
honestly,
that.
I think this isn't a bad pick, though, nonetheless, from the Bills. So.
No, and Matt Milano's aging. They definitely need help at the linebacker spot. So I'm back on the board with the 49ers. And wide receiver is not a need. However, Jordan Tyson is still available, and I actually have him graded as my top wide receiver prospect. He's available. You got to go with availability.
And
No,
sorry, real quick. I was just
yeah,
kidding.
you're good.
At the end of the day, we don't know what Ayuk is going to happen with him.
Ayuk's gone. He's as good as gone.
Did they release him yet?
He's not released because he's still under
Yeah.
contract, but you can tell that relationship
Well,
has
yeah.
fizzled to a point
Which
where
is crazy because didn't they extend him first?
Yeah, and then he was hurt a lot of 2024, and then in 2025
Yeah.
he didn't even play a single
Yeah.
game, single snap. 28th overall, I got the Houston Texans. They got need at running back, even though they got Woody Marks, who they drafted late last year, and they also just signed, or actually traded for, David Montgomery. I'm going to probably go with Caden McDonald. They need a little bit more defensive line, or at least defensive interior.
Pair him up with Will Anderson Jr. And
Yeah, I mean, they had that. I forget his name. He got switched over in free agency, one of their interior guys who did great stuff in the playoffs. So they need a quick replacement. Caden McDonald, true Bama guy, would be nice there. Brett, you're on the clock at 29th overall for the Kansas City Chiefs.
So we already have the Chiefs at the 9th pick. I think the Chiefs, they need a corner. That's one of the weakest spots, and Avion Terrell is still there.
Yeah.
He is one of the best corners, if not. I mean, he could be thrown up there with the best corners, or
Yeah.
the best corners,
Yeah.
excuse me, in the draft. So I think if he's there for the Chiefs, you got to take him, and I really like that pick for the Chiefs. So I'm going to go Avion Terrell out of Clemson, the corner.
Yeah, I like that. A little bit of subcontext there. He actually got hurt today at his pro day running a 40-yard dash.
Oh, yeah, he pulled his
He
hamstring.
pulled his hamstring, so that might drop him down the board. So that could be realistic, a late first-round pick. But the Chiefs did that last year. I believe it was Josh Simmons. It was the tackle out of Ohio State who missed all of his senior season, or at least most of his senior season. And the Chiefs picked him up, and he's been a really nice tackle so far for Kansas City. So I like that pick. They've used that mentality before. Brett, you're back on the board with Lambeau South at 30th overall. They're second of the first-round picks.
Brett.
Did I say Brett?
Yeah.
I meant Cole.
Wow.
It's been a long draft.
So, like you said, like he said, they got rid of all their targets for Malik Willis.
Yep.
In Miami, Jalen Waddle ends up going to the Dolphins, and Tyreek Hill's gone. So I think they draft Omar Cooper Jr. out of Indiana, put up 800 yards
like that.
and 13 touchdowns
pick.
with Indiana this last year.
I like that. He's the top slot guy in this year's draft. He's the one that scored in the back of the end zone against Penn State last year, like with the final, with like 45 seconds left. So that is a good pick. I think some mock drafts have him going higher, but I think that's where his room is, like late first round. So I like that.
And then the
I think
Patriots.
Yep, Patriots. for you.
Patriots.
Second one.
Very good year. Ended up making it to the Super Bowl.
They're not doing it next year.
They're not doing it next
No.
year. Let's
No.
be honest, they shouldn't have made it. If Bo
No.
Nix wasn't hurt, they would have lost.
I believe
Yes,
that.
100%.
But Will Campbell honestly had an underwhelming performance in the playoffs, getting pushed around like
Underwhelming, to say the
crazy
least. Yeah.
in the Super Bowl against the Seahawks. So I think maybe they bolster a little bit more and draft Max Ihaneker
I like that.
out
I
of
like that.
Arizona State.
Yeah, he's definitely a potential for a first-round pick. I like that a lot. Brett, you round off the first round with 32 overall. You get the Seattle Seahawks.
So I'm not a big. I mean, I think Jerron Reed's kind of filled that spot pretty good there for Seattle for numerous years, ever since leaving Green Bay, even before going to Green Bay. Obviously, they have Byron Murphy, the second, which is one of the best D tackles in the league. They got Leonard Williams. They got DeMarcus Lawrence. I mean, how great would it be to add another guy, as in Christian Miller from Georgia? The Dogs are, I mean, one of the best in the. I mean, from going from the college to the NFL, I feel like Georgia is one of the best in producing talent. Do you guys like Christian Miller? I'll kind of bring you guys
I
in.
love Christian Miller for the second-round pick for the Packers, but within the last month, I've seen him climb from like around 51, 52 to like early 40s to now early 30s. So he's climbed a lot, and I think that might be due to his combine performance as well. So is your selection Christian Miller to round out?
Yeah, I think so, because
round?
at the end of the day, DeMarcus Lawrence is old. We know this. He's more of an outside edge kind of guy, but I feel like that D-line is one of the best in the league. I mean, their defense was one of the best in the league.
Yeah.
The dark side, we call
The
it.
dark
That's their
side.
nickname. So I think to add a guy like Christian Miller will just make it 10 times better, where the Seahawks are looking to repeat here.
So at number 52 overall, oh yeah, baby.
Meh.
Woo! Number 52 overall, there are some really strong candidates right out the gate. On this big board, three of the top 4 picks available for the Packers are all corners.
Oh.
D'Angelo Pons, who had many big plays and, of course, was on that championship-winning team for Indiana. Chris Johnson, who's on a lot of Packers fans' boards. And Keontae Scott, who's been a big guy I've been a fan of out of Miami. Jennings Dunker is also available. And my dream, I really wish Jennings Dunker could go to us, but we have more pressing needs right now. The weak point about D'Angelo Pons is that he's another shorter corner. He's 5'9", under 180 pounds. And I feel like the Packers, with getting a guy like Benjamin St. Juste in free agency, they're moving away from this archetype that they've been kind of creating the last half decade or so. They got Eric Stokes, a small corner in the first round. They've been relying on Keyshawn Nixon and Carrington Valentine, both guys under 6 foot that are on the smaller end. I think Chris Johnson would be a good pick. And you know what? Because why not? Let's do the third-round pick.
Oh, we're doing the third?
Just to get it out of the way. So we got all the mocks going. I can get you guys to contribute here. Romello Height is the top prospect, who's an edge rusher. And honestly, I really hope not. Rayshon Benny is here, and that might be a bit of a reach. Screw it. We're getting a defensive end. We're getting Romello Height out of Texas Tech. Yeah, we could have gone the center, but all right. That is it. Mock Draft Monday, the first one of the month, is complete. We'll come back probably in a couple of weeks to do another, and then we might do another for telethon as well. We typically do more than one. So this one was first round, no trades. The next one we do is going to be exclusively Packers related. But that is all we've got. Guys, the telethon is in under 1 month. It is 12 straight hours of Pointer Studios content, sports, entertainment, all the above. Crazy stuff will happen. We're going to eat food. We're going to do hot ones again. Ooh. I suffered last year, and we're going to go even spicier this year. Uh-oh. It's medieval themed. We're going to have a ton of fun. You guys should be there. Liam, do you know the date? Confirmed by sources. This year's telethon, the third annual, April 24th. This year, be there or be square. More like be a rhombus. You got to be there. That is all from today's Sports Point. Thank you, Liam, for helping us out in the fishbowl. Thank you, Brett. Thank you, Cole. Thank you, Carlos. And thank you to me. I have been Jacob Spoerl, and for all of us here at Sports Point, we'll see you next time.